Hello,
Be brave.
we are back. Yes, be
Good
brave.
day.
Because sometimes liminal writing, which is what we do, where we do 10-minute time writing from a trigger line, sometimes it takes courage. It takes courage both to just plunge and write on about whatever the trigger phrase was and whatever comes out of the writing, but also even
Mm.
braver is to read it aloud and
Yeah.
then press the record button to share with you.
We were wondering what we wanted to write about. And so I asked Cess what are the books that are around her that could help spark what we could write about. And so she had the book called Shakespeare's
The
Lives? No,
Man Who Pays the Rent by Judy.
Man Face. Yeah.
Oh,
So she opened it on a page spectacularly that landed on a quote from a conversation between Benedict and Beatrice from the play Much Ado About Nothing. Cess, do you want to go first?
okay. So this is Beatrice, right? I love nothing so well as you. So here is what I had written. And this is just like a few minutes ago where we ended our 10-minute time writing. So reading this for the first time aloud. If this were a love letter to myself, I am afraid that I wouldn't do so well. It is something that I have to keep learning. Even the language for it, I have to keep borrowing. Oh, what a dream that would be to actually love myself so well like no other. But alas, that is still what it is, a dream. So let's begin with little girl says, I do want to love you so well that you would not fear of being violated anymore, that you will feel safe and protected and feel seen and valued and loved because you are. Look at what we've become now. We are nearing the sixth decade of this life, this roller coaster of a life that, yes, we, you and I, have survived. Quite beautifully, I must say. We are kind, we are generous, we are authentic, we are compassionate, we are principled, we know how to love. Yes, love. And so I look to you and promise you this: you, my precious little one, are seen. You're held so very dearly, embraced in my heart and soul. Let me continue to learn to love us better, as well as I love him, as well as I love those who I've chosen to keep in my life. You know those peaceful moments atop guava trees you cherished as a child? The soft breeze and the whispered rustling of leaves? I relive them now, not on top of trees, but under them, or as I pass and look up at the leaves gently fluttering with the passing breeze. I remember you, as I will remember always. But these days, there is music too. Birds singing their tweeting melodies. They sing of our life. They sing for you and me. They sing of love.
Oh my God. Ooh, yes.
Oh my God, I
Celebration.
feel emotional.
Celebration.
Okay, that's what came out.
Yeah.
Your turn
Wow.
to be brave.
Truly, because I guess, yeah,
You
stepping
can do
into
this.
brave. I love nothing so well as you. A bench by the lake, a huge rock by the shore. The sunlight dappled through the fine woven strands of your hat. You perched on a rock, feet tucked beneath, unseen, like a mermaid's wish for what she does not have. I strained my eyes, capturing all that I can in that moment. Your laughter, your squinting eyes, the spray of wild colors from the sundress, the cold water's allure, the pebbles asserting themselves between sand and shells. There are lots of moments from which I knew I loved you well, but this specific moment I knew from here on until next, I love you so well.
Oh, that's so precious. Was that a real moment?
Mhm.
Bravo, you.
From this is
Wow.
so revealing from to 2018.
Wow.
From
That's captured that so well. It's so interesting though where liminal writing can take you, right?
yeah,
Took you somewhere else. It took me somewhere else.
yeah. But
Beautiful.
it's
That's beautiful.
I love your love letter to yourself in
Love
the
letter to self.
way, yeah, in the way that you are now able to hold little Sessa's hand and tell her, we will survive it all and we will be okay. We will be living beautifully in strength and in love and in all the worth that you as a kid knew you had, but not necessarily heard it consistently all throughout. And now you're doing that for her.
I don't remember it at all times, but I'm trying to be more conscious,
Mhm.
yeah, be aware of and remind myself of that. I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm learning lately more.
Mm.
That it's
Yeah.
really about taking that, how anxiety, for example, is really an alarm bell that's still in your body, that
Mm.
it's still about the trauma from the past, the young you still reacting
Mm.
to danger or a situation.
Yeah.
But you have to remind that young you that you're grown up now, you're more empowered and you can actually take control, you can protect yourself. But now it's more about I can protect us both, we're
Mhm.
here. So I think if I can be just kind of be more conscious about how I react to things too, then
Yeah.
and take that with me
Mm.
and not forget that little girl,
Yeah.
because that's part of my healing and kind of becoming one, is bringing her to me, to my present, and saying we're okay now.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's not it's easier said than done because it's not instinct, it's not intuitive,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll get there.
You're
And it
getting
helps to be
there.
reminded with this writing. I put it on my wall or something.
Actually, yeah. Print it out and put it on your fridge, says, or your or in the morning in the bathroom, right? So you have that. There you go.
Hello.
It's a love letter, a continuing love letter to who you were and to who you are now. So,
But what you wrote, it gives me such a fuzzy feeling.
no.
But it's true. Yeah. Moments, those are the moments that kind of linger, isn't it? It's when you think about it, it's those moments, and they can be quite simple, really.
Oh yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah.
That's the emotion. That's what lingers.
Yeah.
It's not the big moments. I think we spoke about that before. It's not the simple big moments.
Yeah. And the scene that I have in my head is it's silent and yet so vivid. And so I can remember the little things, right? So it's the way your feet feels on the sand. It's how cold the waters were. It's how bright the sun was, and yet it was still cold. And then you know that you're seeing someone, right, for this period of
Yeah.
time, and how intense it it feels now on hindsight. Because when you're
Right.
there,
Yes, yes,
right,
yes.
because you're just like enjoying
Yeah.
everything, you're having a
Just being there in that
conversation,
moment.
and yet now it brings it down to like the little things that make up the whole scene.
Yeah. But it's interesting how nature makes it even more magical, doesn't it? Like
Hmm.
nature, because your imagery, your description, yeah, includes sand, sea, water, the lake, and the sun, and the
Yeah.
rock, and all that, and then mine also the trees, the leaves, birds
Uh-huh. Yeah,
breathe.
you talked about being perched
You
on a
know,
tree.
again, it just adds magic to these moments.
Yeah.
Also, it's like you have snapshots in your brain that linger, that kind of you keep in your heart. It becomes your treasure. Snapshots of those special moments, kind of the way you described it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm not so I'm very uncertain. Like, why are we talking about this now?
That's what came out when you wrote.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
came out.
I have a question for you. Like when you knew that you were going to write this, did you have an idea of how you would end
No, I
this
really didn't
writing?
know. Because in the beginning, that's why I said I don't even think, or I thought I didn't have a language for it in terms of
Mm.
loving myself that well. Because it's still something I continue to learn. But I guess when I just kept writing, it does have the words, you know? Yeah, so that is, friends, what liminal writing does to Lee
Is
and
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, we just picked up this phrase from a book. So that's one of the techniques we do too. We have an online work list, just where we dump phrases and
Yeah, things that we think
anything
we might want
anything
to
we think
write
might
about.
might be used as trigger lines in future liminal writing sessions. But
Yeah.
in this case, we also have been like picking up the nearest book, and then
Yeah.
and then just randomly open the page and read out the line, and then
Bingo. There
and
you
then
go.
and then yeah.
The universe said, well, why don't you
So
write about
so
this?
right
So
about this. Or in this case, it was I love nothing so well as you.
yeah. There
So
you go,
try it.
friends.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Try it out. See what comes when you write about this line,
Yeah.
what inspires you. Let us know. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Cheers, folks. Bye.
Time. Bye.